Greetings, minions, survivalists, and fellow gamers. This is Silverblade playing 7 Days to Die, Alpha 16.4, episode number 109. About a half hour before the Horde really starts coming to get me. And I figured I'd do, as I usually do, the quick rundown of what I'm carrying. So, of course, got my sniper, pistol, carrying both the long shotgun and the sawed-off, and the crossbow and the machete. Don't need the tools so much. I got shotgun ammo, 2 stacks of 9mm ammo, 1 stack of crossbow ammo, and 2 stacks of 7.62 ammo. Also a repair kit because, well, I can repair the sniper and the pistol, but I can't repair the shotguns or the sawed-off because I don't have those skills learnt yet. Anywho, I have got a belly full of food and my thirst is quenched, and I'm just grinding out resources. I made all the ammo that I can make. I got plenty of reserve there, and now it's just a matter of waiting for the zombies to come, which should be in about 20 in-game minutes. There really isn't much else I can do to prepare. I mean, I've done everything I could in terms of exterior defenses. And that, of course, it's going to be interesting to see how they try to get around that. I'm sure some of them may try to get up over this wall, especially the spider zombies. Those are going to be an issue, but not for very long, really. But we got triple wall or triple width rows of wood spikes. The kill shoots have got at least 4 rows each. I think it was just 4 rows. There's only one connected line of electrical fence, but it's not hooked up to power. So right now, it's not a function we're going to be testing out on the Horde night until we get more equipment together, because I need motion sensors for it to be really worthwhile. So now it's just a matter of finding out which direction they're coming from, which is why I'm going into predator vision. So come up here and we can kind of figure out which direction they're going to be coming from, and then we can just start focusing defenses on whatever side that may be. So here we go in just a second. Party time! It'll be just... and here they come. Reload. Zoom out. Really sloppy shooting on my behalf. Okay, sounds like they're tearing shit up over here. And they are. Come and get me, dead goons. Ugh, horrible shooting. Alright. Okay, that got nasty. Reload. And this is why I made the taser bases to keep these guys from running around in circles like a bunch of idiots. Because it's really hard to try to catch up to them when they're spinning around like that. What? Oh, you dirty bird. Got him. But I'm bleeding out, so let's deal with that. Well, shit. Weren't gonna make it easy on me, were ya? Take that, Tubbs. Putting the repair bill on your tab, Chunky. Okay, so that's probably the lion's share of them right there. Now it's just down to the one at a time bullshit. Reload. Alright. Where's the next contestant on the price is dead? Chances are it's another one of those tryhards. Well, good thing those frames are cheap. That can't be all of them. Because usually it's that one on one on one on one, you know, one at a time bullshit till dawn. I'm having a very hard time seeing movement. Yeah, there's a tryhard out there. I can hear him. I don't know if you guys can on the. There he is, right there. Can't see him on the scope though, because it's too far away. Yeah, it's pitch black because I turned the gamma down. I think I got him. Yep, I got him because there's another zombie coming. Nice long range shooting with a pistol, by the way. Pat myself in the back. Blew her brains right out. Sweet. Try hard here. Double tap. He ain't done. So far, so good. Hello, lady. Oh! That was like a no-scope splody head. I didn't even aim that really. I was more getting adjusted in my seat. Here comes the next one. There we go. Just kind of have to squint in. Oh, she ain't gone. Now she is. So where's the next one at? I need to set out like sentry posts of lights. Just making sure. Yeah, it ain't gonna do me no good with a sniper at night like this. Dance, boy! Explode your head! Got him. Or at least I knocked him down. I made sure he was gone. If anything, I'm going to get my pistol skill up. Like a boss. I gotta say, though, the night vision goggles is kind of cheaty. I mean, it's not an actual cheat, but it's a little overpowered, I think. We might be getting a try-hard out here or something. I could have swore they were all going to come from that direction. Needless to say, they really tore up all those spikes. Yeah, there's a tryhard out there somewhere, crawling his way to come and get me. Now it's raining. Did I just see some? Yep, he's right there in the grass. Or maybe it's just a light trick. Get a better angle on it. Oh, there he is. It must have been a light trick. Got him. Maybe not kill him, but I definitely hit him. He's out cold for a sec. Yeah, he's dead. So there's another crawler right there. Yeah, it's really, really hard to get those long shots with a pistol. Pistols are not intended for anything more than like 30 feet. But if you can shoot them at more than 30 feet, you come off looking like a badass. That's not me. I'm more smart than badass. But usually I'm just a smart ass. Took a while and a bunch of bullets, but finally got him. Here comes the next party animal. There we go. Got him. Threw a bunch of lead at him. Had to get him eventually. Okay, I don't think that was a killing shot, but... well, I guess it was. The only way I know is that another zombie popped up to get capped. And she'll probably pop back up, and if not, someone else will take her place. Yep, popped right out of that rock, or bush. Explodey head! Yeah, I can't see shit like this. This light overhead, and the fact that I have the gamma turned down to 125. Makes the night shooting a little tougher than usual. So in order to facilitate it in the future, I'm going to have to remember to put out some sentry lights to light out the area for being able to snipe. There we go. Explodey head, make sure they're dead. Come and get it, suckers. Trying to cripple him, actually, not trying to kill him outright. Gotta make it somewhat interesting, right? Wow, I can actually... Ah! Neat. I can loot from the wall. Unintended consequence. Yeah, I knew he wasn't dead. He was just being sneaky. There we go. A little long range shooting. He ain't dead though. Now he is. Oh, it's Porkins. Trying to make another run at my Death Star. He is a tank. Dance, Chunky. Alright, I'm going to give the pistol a little bit of a break and let him come in. Get in nice and close and then just meat grind him with a shotgun. Hell, we'll do it with a sawed-off since I don't really use that much. Oh, we got a spider zombie. Alright, Coco, go. Let's do this. That's right. I am your daddy. Jeez. You can almost imagine the meat just unfolding off of his carcass. Comes another spider. Someone's out there. I just can't see them. There he is. All too easy. Oh, it's a parade of spider zombies. If he can manage to come out and play. The hell, dude? I love how they curl up in the fetal position like that, right as they crocodate. That's a technical term, by the way, crocodate. It's like crocolate, something like that. They just croak. And here comes another spider. Yeah, shotgun is not the weapon for long range either. About 50 feet or better is the effective range of it. And it depends on your loadout too. If you got birdshot, it would be a lot different than buckshot. I used to work at a trap shooting range. And I tell you, man, there's a lot more to it than just squeezing a trigger and aiming right. I mean, those were guys. I mean, there are thousands of shooters that would come to the events throughout the summer. And these guys would have like $30,000, $40,000 shotguns. They were that customized. It wasn't just like a round of golf. It was like a pro tournament thing. I've seen some of the best shooters in the world. I think there's a couple of them that were actually in the Olympics for skeet and trap. And really good people too. You know, a lot of them were like Vietnam and Desert Storm veterans. All walks of life. Some, you know, a majority were from America, and the second majority was Canada, interestingly enough. And then it was just all over the world. I mean, there was a guy that flew in from New Zealand. Customs wouldn't let him bring his guns in. So one of the other shooters heard that his guns weren't allowed through customs for some stupid reason, and loaned him, I think it was like a $35,000 shotgun. Just loaned it to him, said, "Here, man, best of luck." They were competitors, but you know, they were all good people. They just wanted everyone to have fun, give it their best shot, and I'm not using that as a pun, but give it their best shot, and just do your best. They weren't. The guy didn't even ask to split the winnings pot if he had won. It's just like, hey, you know, here's some ammo, here's the gun. Just be nice to it, you know. And when I say like $30,000 and $40,000 shotguns, I mean custom shoulder rests, recoil pads. I mean, like if you look at the tip of this shotgun, you see it's just got that little metal tip there. These guys had not holographic sights, but like a glowing tip, so you can actually see the tip of the gun. And then one right near where this button is, right near where your hand is, that big button there, one there, like a rifle, so you can line up the sights, shit like that. And they're all fully customized. I mean, for $30,000 or $40,000, damn well better be. But they're all like custom fit to each individual person. They gave away money pots. They gave away trophies and prizes. Usually the prizes were like ammo bags, vests, cases of ammo. More often than not, though, they were like guns themselves. So I think the cheapest gun was like $20,000. You know, pro sport. And some of the best shooters were actually young girls, 16-year-olds, you know, late teenagers. They usually did better than the boys of the same age in the junior league. the coolest ones were the senior citizens, because I used to love, after working there, you know, for the day, be sitting back, they be sitting back, tipping back a beer, I'm tipping back some dew. Having a smoke, whether it's a cigar or a cigarette. Just sitting back and relaxing with these guys, shooting the shit. There's one guy there, he also worked at the shooting range. His name was Roy, and this guy, big old burly guy, sweetest dude you could ever meet. He cracked some of the funniest jokes, and he also liked to flirt a little bit with my sister, which was kind of uncomfortable for me, because it's like, you know, I'm protective of my siblings, but you know, he wasn't like perverted or weird about it like the politicians and actors and producers nowadays. I don't know how to explain it to people who don't get it, but it's like, you just say things that was on the flirty side, but not perverse. But when the ladies weren't around, man, he could talk like a sailor. He was a gentleman with history, as I like to say. But yeah, I worked there for 7 years, I think it was. Working, loading the trap machines. Just sitting in a concrete bunker halfway underground. The bunker was almost always flooded when it rained, especially early May, when the first shooting weekends began. So you'd have about that much water that you're almost standing in. You're on a wooden pallet to keep you above it, but you know, when I first started working there, the trap machines were literally dating back to 1950s. And if your hands were in the wrong place at the wrong time, because you had this metal arm that would whoosh, swing back, whoosh, swing back. If your hand was in the wrong spot, your fingers will be numb, and it'll make your whole arm numb for a good half hour or better. Some people got stupid and their head got in the way. And I remember one person ended up with a deep gash from about the middle, almost the middle of their forehead, right back to their ear. Why the hell someone would have their head that close to a machine that does whoosh, like that with a thick metal plate is beyond me. The worst I ever had was the tips of my fingers got snapped, and it just shocked my arm for a while, like getting an electric shock, except more physical. But you get underground, you're surrounded boxes and boxes of clay targets. Alright, I got split head. And you know, you just grab one, set it on the arm. Someone up on the surface world would wait for a shooter to yell pull or some weird variation thereof, press a button, whoosh, and launch it out. You never know when that button was going to get pressed either. You're completely oblivious to the world behind you and above you, because you're literally underground with the 3 walls, an out window for all the targets to fly out. You had no idea when that machine was going to go off. The only thing you would have an idea about is, like, there's a rhythm. You know, you had 5 shooters on the line, and it'd be like shooter 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, back to 1. And on down the line, they would each shoot 5 times. And then after they shot 5 times, going one right after the other, the guy that's in the number 1 position would go to number 2, 2 to 3 on down, and number 5 would swing around and take a different, the number 1's position. And then they'd start it over again. They'd shoot, each shooter would shoot 125 targets, and then they were done for that round. So if you had the timing right, you'd know when you'd have a break, so you can grab another stack of clays and all that. You can kind of get, know when your hand is free to be in that area if you had to be in that area. But it was dirty. It was hot, or it was freezing cold. It was almost never a nice cool medium. It could be the scorching sun of summer, or hell, there was one time it was snowing at one point in one year. First weekend in May all the way to Labor Day weekend every year. And it'd be probably about, I think it was 6 shoots a year, each of them lasting a weekend, and the 4th of July shoot was like 5 days straight. Oh, gun's broke. Morning's here. He did. Alright, so let's pack away the goods that we got. Needless to say, I really, really loved that job. Like I said, it was hard work. You're out in mixed weather. You never knew it was going to be hot, cold, whatever. And that can make you miserable when you're there from 9 a.m. Well, actually, you'd be there from 7 a.m. to sometimes 9, 10 o'clock at night. I would load the machines manually, and then eventually they got autoloaders, so you had to put whole stacks in this thing like a revolver, with chambers on it, and it would automatically load it and launch. But you'd have to be in there to make sure the machine was full. And then after work, after all the shooting was done for the day, you had to, I would get on a wagon on the back of a tractor, and we'd go down to each of the trap houses, and there was 44 trap houses spanning the length of about 3/4 of a mile, I think it was. Half a mile or 3/4 of a mile. It was a long stretch. And we'd have to go to each trap house at the end of the day, pick up all the cardboard boxes and such, trash and all that, from all the boxes of targets that were used up. And then we go to a dumpster and dump them off. And if I wasn't doing that job, I would be invited to either score or load the trap machines for the shoot-offs at the end of the day. And that's basically like the highest scoring people for each category, whether it's junior, women's, seniors. There was doubles, where instead of one target coming out, there'd be 2 at the same time. There's a couple other categories too. I just can't remember right offhand, but you'd be in the trap house for that, and that's the one where you have to be the best of the workers to be invited to do that, because that's the one where real serious money is involved, and you don't fuck around. Because if the shooters get mad, they won't want to come to the tournaments anymore. And it's a non-profit organization. It's a sporting club, really. Well, it's not just a sporting club. It's a nationwide tournament. You know, like a circuit, really. And so, you know, you don't want to piss them off. So you have to be the best of the workers to be invited to work the shoot-offs. And I always was. Every single time. And because of that, you know, the president of the trap club, and there was several of them over the years because they vote them out, or you know, new ones get elected. I think it was every 2 or 3 years. But you know, the president of the club knew me by name. Or, you know, all of them did, because I was always at the shoot-offs doing that. And you know, between you know, they'd have like 2 shooters going up against each other type of thing, against the targets. Between those different divisions, you know, someone pulled me out of the trap house, and I'd sit and wait for things to get set up and everybody, you know, all ready to go. And so while I'm waiting, I'm sitting there with the president, the treasurer, secretary, vice president, all that, and watching how they do things, and you know, cracking jokes with them, and so they got to know me. And there's several instances where they took me out to dinner, and not just any old dinner like Burger King or anything like that, but like Ponderosa Steakhouse. And see, the other one is a local restaurant. I can't think of the name of it. Yeah, treated me out to dinner. You know, most times, you know, you get lunch there, you had to pay for it. President would treat me out to dinner every now and then. Not every time, but all, you know, every now and then. Hey, would you like to go out for steaks? Who am I to say no? You know? Another cool thing about working there was you can camp out on the grounds, and most of the shooters, especially the ones that come from out of state, they'd be driving these big ass motor coaches, you know, and look like touring buses for rock stars and shit. They park their RVs in the lot and camp out there overnight, or over many nights rather. Us workers, we can bring a camper, a tent, whatever, and got to camp for free. Everyone else had to pay. I remember one year I was camping there, pretty much out in the middle of an open field, mind you, and there was a tornado warning in the area. Every time the thunder would crack, you could feel it through the ground. The wind was howling. My tent was just blowing over, you know, practically blowing over. Scared you shitless, but man, that was good stuff. But yeah, I really did love that job, even though it was crap in terms of the conditions, the weather, and all that. Just the people. You know, there was an atmosphere about it with the people and all that I really loved. And I had to stop working there because it was cheaper for the trap shooting, you know, club to hire from this one temp agency that really the temps that came from there were shit. I mean, there was a lot of drug use involved. I guess that's probably the politest way of putting it. And that is completely verboten. You do not drink or do drugs or any of that shit around guns and trap machines. And people did, but they're cheap. Some of them were good workers. Not all of them, but some. And I loved working with good people that really like to give their best, you know. But unfortunately, that was not as common as I would have enjoyed. You know, working with people, it just, the work ethic wasn't always there. And that always bothered me. So I always tried to surround myself with people that, you know, they gave as good as they got, and they gave the best that they could. I was in charge for many years, actually, in charge of training people on how to load the machines and all that. Partly because I'm kind of good with teaching. You know, taking something that seems complicated and making it sound stupid simple, and then being patient and helping people along with things. So because they saw that in me, they kind of made me the de facto trainer for a while, and that was, to me, that was fun, because I had I have my own method of how things work and don't work, and I always try to find ways to improve on things so that it's, you know, most amount of work done with the least amount of effort. And so it was always nice to instill those little tips and tricks and skills into people so that it was passed on to others. Because it in the end, it made our, you know, jobs like mine easier, like when the clean up and that kind of stuff. But yeah, those cheaper workers, they got what they paid for, unfortunately. But at the time, $9 an hour was really nice. So, no complaints from me. Yeah. I could tell you guys all kinds of crazy stories that happened at that trap shoot. Like the time I was almost run over by an airplane. Let's see, what's another one? The airplane one was the best one. And that was at a small shoot, an invitational shoot. Let's see, there was a time, when the local Indian tribes here in Michigan had a private shoot. And like usually in the morning at like 9 a.m., you know, everyone stands and they do the national anthem for the United States and Canada. And kind of like they do at sporting events, because it is a sporting event. And after the anthems were done, all the chiefs of all the tribes lined up, and I think there's like 10 to 20 of them. There was a bunch of them, but all of them lined up like shoulder to shoulder. They had someone down in the trap house, obviously, because someone's down there to load it, and they had one person pressing the button, and all of those chiefs shot one target all at the same time. It's just like boom, 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 and you could just hear all the guns just cracking off at the exact same time. That was pretty fun to watch. My only regret, though, is I really wish that one of the shooters would let me shoot in for them, just to see if I could do it. Now, I've shot skeet targets before, in hand-launched trap, where you have like a little plastic arm with a thing like that, and you just pop the target into it, and then you chuck it kind of like a frisbee on an arm. I've shot at that before, and I'm pretty good with it. When I was in hunter safety, guy handed me a 12-gauge shotgun, which was heavy for me, because mind you, I got these skinny little chicken arms, When I was 16, I even was skinnier and weaker. Could you believe it? Handed me a 12-gauge shotgun and said, okay, shoot these targets. You know? I got 2 out of 3. I only missed the 3rd one because my arms were so damn tired from trying to hold it up for so long. Just, missed the 3rd one, but did pretty good. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And once you know it, the weird set of spikes is still standing. So I hope you guys don't mind me doing the whole storytelling bit. When I worked at a trap shoot, a story that is quite literally going on too long, I think. Some of you guys may enjoy it. For me, it's just fun reminiscing about those times, you know? Anyways, we'll clean up as much of these as we can so you guys can see what loot I get from the Horde night, and then we'll end the episode, provided I still have hard drive space, and we'll start with the repairs and getting ready to plan for the next Horde night, because that's just how I roll. When Horde night ends, get prepared for the next one. I'm still wondering how I can manage to squeeze in there without getting bloodied up. And yes, I just got a treasure map, or 2 of them in fact. Nice. Anyway, if you guys want to hear more of me prattling on about working at a trap shoot, especially the story of almost getting run over by an airplane at a trap shoot, leave me a comment. Let me know if you want to hear it, and I'll tell it in a future episode. It may or may not be interesting, but for me it was quite exciting. Very north by northwest in the Hitchcock fashion. Okay, so I think that's all of the bodies, at least locally. There's going to be some out here in the distance, I'm sure, because I was practicing my long shooting a good bit. Yep, I think that's gonna pretty much do her. Oh, we got. You weren't gonna sneak by me. Alright. Yeah, I think that's gonna be about it for this. So pack this stuff away. And put that in. 4 maps. We got some treasure hunting to do. Ammo. Yeah, that. Getting tired. It's 10 minutes to 6 for me. Been at this all night long. And for those of you guys that are unfamiliar with doing YouTube videos, Let's Plays, at least with the way I do it, and Hal does it, and Sharky did it. 2.5 hours of footage, but like 5 hours or 6 hours sometimes of actually setting up to record, because it's not always back to back to back. It might be lag time in between. Like sometimes I stop and go out for a smoke break or something between episodes, or go to the bathroom or whatnot, or I will mine and gather resources and stuff like that between episodes. And so plenty of work goes in and time goes into making these. Anywho, let's get the weapons put away. I got a useless shotgun now. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so next episode should be repairs, and depending on time, you know, what the needs are, we'll get more stuff done. So, hour-long episode. Hopefully this recorded it right. Looked like it has so far. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Do check out the links in the description box below. Pretty please with sugar on top. Yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching, and see you later. Twitch.